The theme of this film is We Make a School. What is the school? What is Mayfield School?
The school is the people.
Commemorating the 2004 fire, which wiped out quite a bit of Mayfield.
A friend called me up and said, "I've heard Mayfield's on fire." And we looked down the road and you could see the flames.
This is a firefighter with his hose putting out all the fire, which destroyed the school.
In fact, the whole school could have gone. We might not have had Mayfield Primary School anymore. The county could have decided, well, we'll just disperse the children.
It's the fact that we were together, because if we're not together, then we haven't got a school at all. The rest is just buildings, it is just physical.
I can't see from this angle.
Keeping the community together was what mattered the most to Mayfield, because it was about the relationships between the people and not just rebuilding the physical school.
You look freshly at everything. Yes, we did rethink things. We did have fresh starts in all sorts of ways.
Scooters out by it. No, we've got ours as well.
Core values, sunshine board.
Yeah, oh, very good.
This film is a collaboration between the staff and pupils at Mayfield School and researchers from the University of Edinburgh. It explains what we know about how people build relationships. We ask questions about how this school trusts, supports and surprises each other, and why this is so important for schools and their communities.
So this is a child made this at home. They decided that our class bear was so important that he had to be made.
And when I came through that door for the first time in Mayfield, I sensed that there was that kind of warmth in the air. I felt at home, if you like, and it's something to do with that family feeling.
So we've got 47 languages currently across the school. We've got children coming in who don't speak any English whatsoever, but equally some of those children with languages have got 3 or 4 languages, are fluent in all of them. We've got children who are incredibly talented at music, and I'm always just impressed they can do anything with a musical instrument whatsoever.
As you can see there, we made those figures ourselves, but we also made this ourselves. As you can see, there's the detail here, which you can see over there. We've got some detail over here.
And then we've got a hearing support centre, which takes children with very high level needs. So these are the children who would not be able to cope in their local mainstream school.
So how can we work with each other to create an inclusive school community?
This is me.
Everyone, make a class.
Yes!
Put everyone down.
We want to get to know you. We want to get to know your family. We want to know who the grandparents are, who the sisters are, who the cousins are. So we know who the child is. It's all of that stuff. It's the background.
And we've got all the member of staff. This is Soren's mum. Oh, did you have to bring that up? Yes, that's Soren's mum.
I've grown quite a rapport with some of the parents. They come in regularly, especially the children who are from abroad. Like the Chinese children use the library quite a lot with their parents. Often they live in student accommodation and perhaps they like to come in here and use it almost as a little social hub.
Michaela and I made the book, so on the bottom layer we have French books, and then the top one is dictionaries and thesaurus and words.
I think it's just about remembering that if you don't understand the language, even if you've been here a very, very long time, schools can be scary places for parents anyway, but if you don't understand the language or the customs or the way things are done, it's really hard to step your foot through that door or ask a question.
Who's Smidge?
Oh, Smidge is that's the dog which people get to read to, and if they're lucky. And then you get to feed him a treat at the end, and he's really cute, and you get to stroke him. He's like one of the nicest dogs you'd ever meet.
How can we build relationships through our ordinary day-to-day interactions? You can hear a lot about the yellow jackets. They're known as the yellow jackets.
Well, yellow jackets at lunchtime, yes, that's all the midday staff who are on duty. Originally, because some of our children have visual impairment, and we wanted them to be able to see who was on duty, but actually suddenly thought, with some of our year sixes being so tall, it's quite handy to have yellow jackets because then everybody knows. So it's something that was aimed at one particular group, but has benefited everybody.
In my yellow jacket role, which I really enjoy, what surprised me is my own personal technique of dealing with disputes. So, for example, 3 kids came to me recently, I think they were boys, and one was crying, and he said, "I'm having the most awful day of my life." So if you approach it like it's a real adult crisis, and this sounds really awful, what's going on? And then approach it like it's a diplomatic problem. So let's get together. And I feel like I'm sort of running the UN. I'm like, that I didn't think you could do it like that. You could just treat this as a real adult problem. I have to remember what it is to be 8 or 6, and you are a real person, and these problems are real. And I have to trust them to be, or not grown up, but trust them to be full individuals who can sort this problem out. I don't want to be standing there going, you've been really naughty, because I don't quite know what's going on down here. And I think it's important to respect that I don't know everything that's gone on in the previous 15 minutes, but let's just try and sort it out almost as grown-ups.
So you know if there's a problem, what do you look for?
Someone in a yellow jacket. There are also some kids like in Year 6. Oh yeah. That they're help with friendship. Peer mediators. Yes, peer mediators like help them be friends again.
Why do you think they can do that and the adults can't?
Probably because the Year 6s are children, so they know how it feels. But they chat into and get into the story what happened. Though it's also more comfortable speaking to other children than speaking to an adult. Hello, bonjour, aloha, shalom, salam, hello, ni hao, annyeong, konnichiwa.
When I've got trust from the children, then it seems to be my turn to give that trust back to the children somehow.
Where are you from?
New Zealand.
New Zealand, and what's your trade?
Lemonade.
Give us some, don't be afraid.
They are always choosing what song to sing, but not just what song to sing, but also within a song we're improvising, we're putting in new words, we're bringing in new ideas. All those ideas are from the children.
You can take a plane, you can take a big red bus, you can take a train, or you can visit us.
How do we use our knowledge of each other to support everybody's learning?
Well, I really struggle with maths. My teacher moved me to a group where we have like a different teacher for maths, because I found this problem really hard, and then she just came and helped me work through it. Not like she was doing everything for me, but she told me what to do and I did it.
Everybody, can you repeat what I'm saying? 1 times 2 equals 2.
Who did you support?
My friends. Like when we are doing addition and subtraction, they forgot how to do that and I helped them. When the teacher helped me, then I understand, and then I help them if they didn't understand.
Once a week we have a proud register where they think about the things that they can be proud of this week, whether it's something that they've achieved or something that the class has achieved as a whole or something that one of their friends has achieved. But for some children they can think of something some weeks, and sometimes they really sort of are reluctant to talk about anything that they've done really. They can't reflect positively on any of their experiences or anything that they've produced that week. But then that's a good opportunity for the other children in the class. We sort of open it out then, and then other children are able to contribute their ideas to what this person should be proud of.
Go, you've got to stick those feet together. Did you crash? We've got Tapestry, which is an app that we log observations on for the children in reception. I made an observation of a child outside, so we were playing in the water tray, and she got some pneumacon, which is this plastic stuff which we represent numbers with. So she'd got 10 add 2 equals 12 under there, and I was like, oh, Isla, that's brilliant, fantastic, let me take a photo. Put it on Tapestry, and at the end of the day I heard Mum going out of the door saying, oh, Isla, I saw that you were doing something in the water tray, tell me about it. And she said, look, Mummy, this is what I was doing, and she did another number sentence in the water tray, and Mum took a photo and uploaded it onto Tapestry again, sort of made a comment saying, it was really nice of Isla to show me how to do this, now I know how to do number sentences too. And I was just like, if everyone could just grasp that way, that would just be so brilliant for all children.
How do we reflect on our learning and on our practices?
So the role of governor in a school is classically defined as critical friend. You are there to challenge, to put in the checks and balances, to say, are we sure we're pushing well enough? You need to be close enough to know what's happening, but not so close that you're emotionally involved.
If there's something I'm not sure about, I'd
definitely go and speak to really any of my colleagues and say, help, I'm not sure what to do with this.
Sometimes teachers are overwhelmed with what they've got in class, so they don't always think of the simple solutions.
Most teachers will come to us and ask for support. There is occasionally we have to go to them and saying, are you okay?
People are always sharing ideas, questioning what they're doing to try and become better teachers.
We try not to say, oh, we've tried that before. I've been here long enough, most of us have been here long enough now to be able to say, oh no, we tried that once before. Let's give new people a chance at it. It may be different this time round.
Making the school in cardboard was a really positive thing, and I think it was something that, you know, was good to do regardless of whether or not there was a film being made, because the conversations that people have had around them, so when they were all set up in the library and people were setting the school up, they were remembering things from years ago, but they're also talking about the children in that. It wasn't the structure, because it's not the building that makes the school, it's the people.
To find out more about our research into the importance of relationships and how individuals and communities can support inclusive practices, please visit our website.